space. So good morning. I realized when I was looking at the recordings that you couldn't see me very well with a black mat, and I always wear black tights. So I'm trying this. Let me know if it's better. Not that you really probably watch me or may listen to me more than watch, but I thought I'd try this. So thanks. So we're on niyamas this week, and niyamas are the healthy practices or observances. So, so the yamas were the restraints, and these are the practices. But there's not a lot, to me, there's not a lot of difference. So the first one that we need to talk about is Saucha. I think of the niyamas as something we would like to cultivate. So Saucha means, literally means purity or cleanliness. And we all know that we feel better if our physical body is clean, and if our house is clean and organized, right? We feel better. We feel like we can do more things when we have that space. So this one topic has a myriad of meanings and ways to help students strengthen their yoga practice. There's the surface level meaning of Saucha, cleanliness of the body and of the living space, but there's also an aspect of internal cleanliness to it. We must cleanse both the body and the mind. Saucha calls us to strive for purity within the mind, body, and spirit. Saucha wants us to be free from the clutter of distraction, wants us to create internal clarity so that we can meet each moment with a purpose. As Saucha is the first of the 5 niyamas, we see how important it is to the yogic path. The physical practice of yoga itself is Saucha. So yoga asana is meant to cleanse and purify the body. So when, I've talked about when you do twists, literally squeeze toxins out, and then you can get rid of them. And also with the breath, pranayama, or yogic breathing techniques, is also a form of Saucha. So we might try another one today. So yoga philosophy teaches us that these processes are a necessary form of purification and release if we want to awaken the greatness of our spirit. We practice yoga so we can create more freedom in our bodies and promote our health. We meditate to cleanse our minds and open our hearts. We practice purity in our actions as a way to remove negativity from our relationships and the external world. The practice of Saucha can take many different forms. Okay, so I wanted to start with a new breath. It's called, I gotta read it, Kapalabhati breath. I kind of know how it sounds, but so Kapalabhati breath is a form of breathing where you really focus on the exhale, and it's very fast. So it's little inhale, but mostly you focus on forcefully exhaling, and it's all done through the nostrils. And you feel it in your low belly. So as you exhale, your belly expands. So you're kind of using your muscles there. So I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll try it together. Okay. So you take a deep cleansing breath and exhale, and then you start. It's just like that. So I don't even think about the inhale. It's mostly about the exhale. And it's kind of a warming breath too. So hopefully that'll warm you up this morning. So sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, take a deep cleansing breath. And then start. And then relax, breathe normally. If you need a Kleenex, there's one over there, or if you need, you can grab one at home. We're going to do one more round. You can get a little lightheaded if you do too many. So take a deep cleansing breath. Let it go. And then start. And release. Take a cleansing breath. And breathe normally. I'm just going to check in with your physical body after that. See if the air doesn't feel a little cleaner. Your lungs feel a little cleaner after doing that. Air feels a little fresher. Please bring hands to heart center. May we all use Saucha as a healthy behavior. When we feel clean inside and out, we're much better able to notice all the beauty and grace around us. Please lower your hands, open your eyes. And we're going to start on our back. Turn these lights down a little bit. I meant to do that. So just settle in, your legs stretched long. And then go ahead and stretch your arms up over your head. Try not to let your low ribs stick out too much. Feel that stretch, and then stretch your right leg a little longer and press the heel down, and then reach with your right hand. Stretch out that right side body a little bit. And then relax that side and switch. So left leg extends long, press the heel down, and then really lengthen through the left fingertip. And then relax that side. Bend your knees and hug them in towards your chest. And now keeping that length in both sides of your body through the top of your head. So before you do this, I want you to think, we're going to just do a back body stretch. And there's lines of fascia, if you will, that extend from your toes all the way through the bottom of your feet up the back of the leg, through your glutes, up your back, up through your neck, and then around the back of your head and up to your forehead. So that's the line we're working with today. So I want you to think of flexing your feet, making that active, and start there, and then feeling a stretch all the way up the back of your legs. And then think, okay, if I press my low back down, I can lengthen. And then I'm going to lengthen all the way up through the top of the head and then bring my head towards my knees. And hold. Feel that stretch. And then relax back down. Oh. Good, now let's just do that a few more times. So inhale, think lengthen, press the low back down, nose towards knees, and exhale, lay it back down. Just go slow. So inhale, lengthen, press, and then exhale, back down. One more time, flex the feet. Inhale, press the low back down, lift, and exhale back down. Good, now just hold on to your right knee and bring it far enough away from your body that you can stretch that leg long to the ground. And then just feel a little stretch. You can kind of move the knee to the right. Stretch long. And now just holding the right knee with your left hand, bring your right arm out to the side and twist. You can come up on your left hip and twist that over. I like to bring my right foot on top of the side, so because my knee doesn't like to come all the way down if I keep the shoulders grounded. It just helps me hold it there. Just notice a little twist stretch there. Remember the squeezing the toxins out, cleaning all the organs out. I needed that after that French dinner we ate for Gourmet Club, even though it was fabulous. More breath. And come on back to center, and we'll switch. So stretch the right leg, hug the left knee. And just feel a little stretch. So left knee towards left armpit. Stay away from tongue. Silly girl. Here comes Artemis. Good, and then transitioning to that twist, you just hold the knee with the right hand. You might have to bring the knee away from you a little bit. Left arm extend and twist. I like to keep the left foot on my right side, or you can tuck it behind. Couple breaths. Good, and unwind. And now just grab behind your thighs, so up close to your knees. Flex your feet again, and same thing, I want you to round and hug the knees closer to your nose. Notice how it's a little easier. And then holding, maybe you can reach up and grab the little toe side of your feet. So you're in a little ball, and hug the heels down closer to your bum. Oh, feel really round. Good. And release. Grabbing behind the knees again. roll up to seated. And then just a little Navasana. So think of really lengthening up the back body and extending. You can do in parallel or extend all the way or extend the arm. Take a few breaths. Good. And then cross your shins and come forward to all fours position. Now in this position, I want you to stretch your toes under. So again, we're starting with the toes. And then just sit back on your heels like you're doing child's pose, but your toes are curled under. So just feel that for a moment. Artie, she's rubbing Connie's head. It's not a good idea, Art. Come up here. Good. Now come up on your hands here. So it's almost like all fours position. Press in your hands and see if you can lift your knees up just a half inch or an inch. You're really stretching out the bottoms of your feet. And then putting the knees down, rock forward and come a little bit in front of your wrists just to stretch your wrists out where it feels like a good stretch, remembering to use all parts of your hand. You can remember that thing where we tried to lift our fingertips, but keep the finger mounds down. Good, and then sit back again, keeping the toes curled under. Lift the knees slightly and just kind of round the whole back side. So it feels a little bit like cat pose. And then again, rock forward, thinking cow pose this time. So come forward a little bit, come into cow. You can feel connected through both side bodies. Feel that stretch all the way through the top of the head. Good. Rock back. Ooh, press forward, round, lift the knees a little bit. And then move forward into that cow. I'm going super slow because I'm still struggling with my back a little bit. So I have to really be mindful. And one more time each way. It doesn't feel good to put that much pressure on your toes, and don't lift your knees. Okay. One more time forward into the cow. The stretch, back stretch, everything involved. Push back to that child's pose. Lift your knees. Hold there for a moment and then just very slowly stretch the hips up and back and come to downward facing dog. You might have to adjust your hands or your feet if it's too close, if you can't straighten your legs. And just notice how in down dog you really stretch that whole back body, back side, even up through the back of the neck. Think long back of neck. Just take a moment to feel that. You can lift and spread your toes and then place them back down. Using all parts of your feet, feel that stretch, back of the legs, up through the low back, the mid back, the upper back, back of neck, top of head. Good. Now just go ahead and lower the knees, and this time take a regular child's pose. Get off your hands for a moment. Let them relax. Breathe deep into the low belly. Feels a lot different than the Kapalabhati breath. Still feel the expansion and contraction of the breath. Good. And then come on up. Place your hands wisely. Come up to downward facing dog again. If you want to, you can just lift your knees and think of going slowly again. Full downward facing dog. Good. And then slide forward to plank. Noticing the same thing. Back body. And then if you want to lower your knees to lower down, you can lower all the way to the floor. Forehead down. You can feel that long back of neck. Feet pressed down. Don't scoop the tailbone, but do draw the rib cage back, the head of the arm bones back, and think of lengthening all the way through the back body to lift up to cobra. And then pause there and lift your hands an inch or two. So you might have to lower back down a little bit and then stretch the arms out to the side. Breathe. Bring the hands back in and hover them. Bring them down and lower down. Deep breaths into the low belly. Just keeping in mind from the toes all the way up the back of the legs. Don't scoop the tailbone, but think rib cages back, shoulders back, long back of neck, lift the head, lift the shoulders, lift the hands. And this time just bring them up to the side like cactus and hold. Keep pressing through the toes. We're strengthening the back this time. Good. Bring the hands down and lower down. As you do this, I want you to think of broadening the clavicles. Because if you do that, you're going to get those muscles that get so weak in the back body. We're trying to develop strength there. If your blocks are right in front of you, move them out of the way. Mine were, so I had to think about that. Because we're going to do it one more time. So think, press the toes down, lengthen, rib cage back, long back of neck, lift. Now you know when you need to come down. So if you're really struggling, broaden the clavicles, lift the hands up to cactus. And then this time, superhero pose, extend them. See if you can hold, broadening the clavicles, pressing the toes down. Really strengthening. One more breath. Then the elbows. Hold. And bring the hands down. Bring the head down. Push back to all fours. Hands a little in front of the shoulders. Push your hips back, lift the knees. Slowly straighten the legs. Downward facing dog. That didn't get you warm. Nothing's going to get you warm today. And walk your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees if you need to. I want you to just kind of feel the bottoms of the feet that's there. And then we're lengthening the back, but we're really working the back of the legs to lengthen. So think of straightening the legs a little bit. Feel the fascia all the way around your bum. Now, if it feels like you have to round the back, you can keep the knees bent a little bit. Think see if you can lengthen the back of your neck a little bit. And then engaging the back body again, come up to a pranam. So think really lengthening and engaging pranam with the inhale. Exhale, fold. So all the way around the glutes, up the back, around the top of the head. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. One more time. And exhale, fold. Now bend your knees. Bring your hands on your knees. See if you can engage the back body more. So lengthen. And then maybe stretch your arms back by your hips. So it feels like you're a ski jumper. You're going down that big slide. See how strong you can be in your backside. Good. And then slowly come up. Utkatasana. Stand up. Ooh. Hands through heart center. Well done. Okay, find your blocks and come up to the front of your mat. And bring the blocks there. Let's see what I'm forgetting. Okay. Good. And same thing, I want you to think of, you can lift and spread your toes apart, but then push them back down. Lift the arches so that you can feel all the way up the back side of your legs. Nice stretch. And then same way through the back side, long back of neck. Good, now stretch your arms up and lift up to tippy toes. Go slow. You can feel all parts of the ball of your foot grounded. You can hold. You're dancing, it's okay. I'm dancing too. Think of really strong back body to hold you there. Woo! And then release down, hands to heart center, and fold forward. Uttanasana. Step your left foot back to a deep lunge. And I want you to really engage the backs of your legs and your feet. And then think, okay, can I strengthen my back body and just hover there? Bring my hands off the blocks and stretch them back. Deep lunge. Low belly draws up. Rib cage is back. Head of the arm bones back. Long back of neck. Good. Touch down. Step forward. And switch. Feel the strength of the back of the legs and back of the core. Low belly is really supporting you. Extend the arms back. So it's kind of like the ski jump pose, but your hips stay square. You're using that back leg to anchor you. You're extending long. If you want to, you can even interlace your hands if that feels good. Broaden the shoulders apart. Good, and touch down. Good, move the blocks. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press the feet down. Lift up to cobra. Just lengthening, feeling how much easier cobra is when you've done all that back body work. Lower down and push back, downward facing dog. It's almost automatic now when you're used to using the back body more to feel it in all the poses, hopefully. Step your feet to your hands, forward fold. You can use the blocks again if you'd like. We're gonna pranam 3 times again, thinking really engage the back body to lengthen all the way through the top of the head and fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Pranam. Exhale, fold. Using the blocks, step back to downward facing dog. And bringing the feet just a little bit closer together. I'm going to have you extend the right leg. Don't let the right hip lift though. And you might have to put a baby bend in the left knee to keep the hip square. Bend the right knee, flex the foot. Remember, you're feeling the back of the leg and bring the heel as close as you can to your bum. Feel that? Whoa, how strong are your hamstrings? Good, now go the opposite direction, bring the knee towards your nose. You'll feel strength in the back body. And then step that foot through to deep lunge. Did you do it? Good job. Good. Stay there. Just like you did before. Feel the legs, feel the back body, stretch the arms back. And then slowly, keeping everything engaged, come up, stretch up crescent. Feel the back body super strong. Feel the back of the left leg and the right leg super strong. Sweep forward, just to hover there again. Arms back. And touch down. Ooh, good job. Step forward. And switch, right foot back. Actually, I wanted to do it from down dog, so step both feet back. Get yourself set. Extend the left leg. So just notice your back body. That's where it is. Lift the leg a little higher. Flex the foot. You might have to put a baby bend in your right knee. Bend the left knee. Hug it as close as you can to your bum. Lift the knee a little higher. Really use the strength of your glutes. Good. Bring knee to nose. And feel that strength of rounding. And then step it through. Deep plunge. You might have to widen your feet a little bit for crescent, but don't lose that back of leg strength, back of body strength. Stretch the arms back. Hips stay square. Low belly draws up. Rib cage is back. You can see shoulder blades on the back, but broaden the clavicles, long back of neck. Good. And then slowly come up. Crescent warrior. And with all that connection, feels like maybe you want to open your heart a little bit. Possibly. Good. And then keeping everything really connected. Sweep the arms back and lean forward. And touch down. Very nice. Now lose the blocks. Just step back to downward dog. And I'm going to give you an option to take child's pose if you're needing that. Or if you're wanting vinyasa, you can do it with me. So think forward to plank, lower down. Cobra, with or without your hands, you decide. Lower down. You can do plank to down dog. If you're feeling really strong, use the back of your neck. Plank, down dog, or just bend your knees and push all the way back to down dog. Step forward, Uttanasana. I'm going to use my blocks again. Feel the back of the legs. I'm really focused in on that today. Inhale, pranam, back body. Hold you. 2 more times, just really thinking. Real strong and long. Good, and then this time, bend your knees. Think of strong back body, lengthening, long back of neck. Stretch your arms back. Your ski jump pose. Low belly draws up, and then come forward, hands to heart center, Utkatasana. Good, press into your feet. Come up on tippy toes, extend your arms. Palms together if you can at the top. And then lower the heels, hands to heart center. Close your eyes for a moment. When you're doing all this squeezing and focus, cleans your mind of other thoughts, right? Because you can't think of anything else but what your physical body is doing. That's why yoga is so yoga asana is so good. And let go of all those other things because your immediate attention has to be on your physical body. Allow your heart rate to lower. Feel length all the way through the top of your head, even around to your forehead, so you feel the length of your whole body. Good. Open your eyes. Stretch up again. If you want to come up to tippy toes, do dance if you're me. And then lower the heels, hands to heart center, and fold forward. And step the right foot back first to deep lunge. I'm going to have you just place your blocks in front, because you might want them there. I don't know, we're going to do warrior 3 with that strong back body. So think hips are square, back of legs totally engaged. Stretch the arms back, just like you've been doing. Low belly draws up. Rib cage is back. Head of the arm bones are back. Long back of neck. Bring your arms out to cactus here. Broaden the clavicles. Stretch up. Crescent warrior. Bring hands to heart center. Lean forward, thinking of that length and strength in the back body. Shift your weight to your right leg. You might have to, or to your left leg. Step your right leg up a little bit and maybe lift to warrior 3. Your blocks are there if you need them. You know, just see, oh, can I be strong enough? Good. Now shift your weight to your left foot. You might have to touch the right foot down and lift the knee. And come on down. I did it perfectly yesterday, but now I can't do it. I'm working you guys pretty hard. So take a breath because we have another side. Hopefully some of you got that knee up. I did not. I went. Good. It's all good, whether you fall out or not. It's all cleansing. It's all bringing awareness. Inhale, stretch your arms up, lift your heels if you want. Hands to heart center, lower the heels, fold forward. Step the left foot back, deep lunge. Square the hips, use the whole length of your back body. Stretch the arms back. Low belly's up. Maybe arms to cactus. And stretch up, crescent warrior. Hands to heart center. Shift the weight to the right leg. Lean forward. See if you can slide into warrior 3. You don't have to lift the foot. It's not there for you, but think strong back body. Come up. See if you can bring the knee up. Ooh, without touching down, but I did. You have to touch down. And then come to standing. Oh. Close your eyes for a moment. Allow your heart rate to go back down. Feel what even sweat is a cleansing process, right? Good. Open your eyes, stretch your arms up, and fold forward. Uttanasana. Widen your feet if you need to. We're going to Malasana. Come down to a deep squat and feel that whole back side of your body stretch out. You can even tuck your chin a little bit and around inward without much effort. Feel stretch on the back of your legs, back of your bottoms of your feet. And then come back to Uttanasana. Lengthen the back of your neck. And then keeping a really strong back body. Come all the way up, Tadasana. Hands through heart center. Okay, I'm gonna have you do baby dancer pose, which we haven't done for a long time. So, and just thinking of back body, it's gonna stretch out your quad a little bit too. So standing on your right foot, you just, if you need to go by a wall too, you can. Just gonna have you watch me. So your arm turns out, so your thumb's up when you reach back and grab the foot so the thumb's on top. And then, so do that. And then hug the foot into your hand. And then slowly lean the knee back a little bit, and you can bring the right arm forward. And then just slowly move into the pose. So you don't go forward any more than you go back. So you're kicking the foot in and back, and the torso comes forward. And then come on out. Kind of fun. And it's okay to use the wall. So I always think if I'm hugging the foot in and kicking it back and hugging the arm in and kicking it forward, that it helps, but you just have to play with it. It's a really hard pose. So switch sides, turn the arm out, so outer spiral, thumbs up, find the foot. Immediately kick in and back. Lift the knee back, and then you can slowly move into it. You can focus on the back body. You keep strong there, and you can hold it. I'm really struggling like today. And come on out. Fun to play, right? Good. Come on up to the front of your mats again. I'm going to do one more little salute, and I promise it'll feel pretty good. Inhale, stretch up. You want to come up on tippy toes, you can. Lower the heels, hands to heart center, fold forward. Pranam. And fold. Step back to downward dog. Be wise. Your hands and your feet. Feel that stretch. Come forward to plank. and lower down. You can lower knees if you need to. Okay, now bend your knees. You just did this, so maybe it'll be a little easier. Reach back with your hands and find either the ankle or the feet. If you need to, you can roll to the side so you find them. Then bring your forehead down. And just like you did in all those Shalabhasanas we did, I want you to think, press the knees down so hip creases are back, but then use the back of the legs, the back of the glutes, draw the rib cage back, draw the back of the neck long, and then lift the head and shoulders and kick back, Dhanurasana. And hold. Oh, that feels good, right? Lots of links and release. Hands under forehead. Relax for a moment. That's Dhanurasana or bow pose. Now, if you've had enough, you can push back to child's pose. I'm going to do Dhanurasana one more time. So you decide. It's okay if you decide not to. Find your feet, or if you can find your ankles, if your arms are long like mine, that's good, because then you can flex your feet. And then think, okay, use the back of the legs, use the back, lift on up. Can even lift the knees if that feels good. Drawing the low belly up. Lengthen through the top of the head. And release down. Everyone push back to child's pose. I think you use every single muscle in your body for those Dhanurasana and the Dhanurasana. Couple breaths. And then come on up to your seated position on a blanket. Stretch your legs out. Artie's on Carrie's blanket. Just pull it out from under. Artie, come here. Yeah. So just Paschimottanasana. So, which means extreme stretch of the west side of the body. So east is the front body, west is the back side. So it's a good pose for stretching back body. So press the heels down. Lift and spread your toes. Can you guys do that? I can't spread my toes, but most people can. Too much damage to my ankles, I think. I don't know. It feels good, right? And then think, press the heels down. Sits bones are down, kneecaps, toes point straight. And then use the strength of your back body and just stretch out over your legs. Go slow and mindful. It's going to feel a little bit different than standing forward fold. It should. And just go where it feels like a nice stretch. And come on, back up. And you get to transition to your backs now. So come off your blankets and transitioning to your back. Take a moment there. You can stretch your legs long for a moment. Feel that. And then just hug your knees in. And think flex feet from the toes all the way up the back of the legs, around the back, press the low belly down, lengthen up through the top of the forehead, forehead to knees if you can. Thank you for your help, Artie. Hold for a moment and relax back down. And release your feet to the floor. You can feel the curve in the low back. Hands by your hips. Just a little bridge pose. So just to stretch the other way. Press into your feet. Lift your hips. Try not to scoop the tail. Draw the shoulders under. Think length. And release back down. See if you can still feel that curve in the low back. Draw your rib cage, low rib cage together. Extend the legs straight up. Like legs up the wall, and then your arms up. And just shake a little bit. Shake your arms and legs. Feels good. Release all that fascia. And then I wanted to allow plenty of time for a good Shavasana. So relax down, stretch your legs long, palms facing up. Transition for a well-deserved Shavasana. Allow yourself to be fully supported by the floor. Now all the fascia, all the muscles, everything can relax. Just scan. Start with your toes today, bottoms of your feet, calves, hamstrings, glutes, low back, middle back, upper back, neck, forehead, scalp. And return back down the front side. So relax your face, your eyes, your jaw, your front neck, chest, ribs, belly, quads, knees, shins, top of your feet and ankles. And move internally. Relax all the organs, let them just rest inside. Be supported by the skin, but skin relaxes as well. As you continue to relax, I'd just like to share a reading from Marianne Williamson, and I think it kind of hits the nail on the head as far as Saucha, purity, that it can do for you. Some people wonder why the energy in their life seems not to be moving forward, when in fact the only thing holding them back is their own unwillingness to face the issues that still need to be faced, the shadows that still need to be owned, and the amends that still need to be made in order to free their energy and restart their engine. As long as we're stuck internally, our lives will be stuck externally. The only way to go wide in life is if we are willing to go deep. It doesn't matter if the problems happened decades ago. The challenge is to face it and deal with it now. So in the decades ahead, you'll be released from the karmic trap, having always to reenact past disasters. What sometimes seems as a slowing down of our jets is often anything but. Internal work is sometimes done more easily while sitting there thinking than while busily running around. A frantic schedule helps us to avoid taking a deeper look at ourselves. But at a certain point, such avoidance simply does not and cannot work anymore. Slower lifestyles, candles and soft music in the house, yoga, meditation, and the like are often signs of an internal regreening. We are focusing on changes that support our deepening, and that deepening is the purpose of our lives. Please begin to reconnect with the breath, with pranayama. And just think of each breath as a cleansing breath. It moves in and through, bringing good things, and allowing the exhale to remove any toxins, anything that's not serving us today. And begin to move fingers and toes in small ways. Draw your knees in. When you're ready, roll to the side. Push on up to seated. She is very amorous today. She was just, luckily she left you alone for a while, Connie. Sorry, Carrie. And please bring hands to heart center. Thank you guys so much for practicing. Hopefully your body feels cleansed and ready for the day. Namaste. Yay. Thanks, guys. That's a little harder than anticipated. Thanks, you guys, for being there.
Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah, thanks, Lisa.
Have a great day.
You
Thanks,
too.
Lisa.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.